Hey guys, welcome to my first podcast. And yeah, I don't know how to call it yet. well, uh, Here I'm going to give you a little update on how things are going on right now. Mm, Lately I've been playing a lot of Tekken 8, so I am definitely going to do a first impressions video of that one. And the main video will be Bayonetta 2. That will be a full review. Probably 2 videos, each 30 or 40 minutes. And also there's other games that I'm planning to do right now, like Strider 2, Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion Remastered, Pumpkin Jack, Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Yeah, that could be fun, since, my brother is playing that one. But Bayonetta 2, I am playing it myself, it is so much fun. So much better than Bayonetta 3. I don't know what happened in that one. Hideki Kamiya went crazy, I don't know. well. Oh, also Donkey Kong Country 3, and that should be fun to do. Let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, Clonoa. Clonoa is a classic. I am going to enjoy doing that one, because it's such a good game with a good story and incredible gameplay. And what else do we have here? Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing, the Zelda Ocarina of Time. We have plenty of gameplay of those. Star Fox Adventures. Oh yeah, my brother still hasn't finished that one, but I also took a while to finish some games, so I can't complain too much, I guess. Oh, Doom 2016, that could be fun too, but maybe I should compare it to Doom Eternal? I don't know. Or maybe compare it to the older games? I mean, Doom 2016 is good, but it has some problems. It is a good game, but some weapons are a bit overpowered. The super shotgun is broken. Is very powerful, but well, what can you do? Not every game is perfect, but we will see about that when we get to that game. What other game we could do? Oh yeah, Donkey Kong 64. That game is a little overhated in my opinion. It's pretty good. I like it, it's one of my childhood favorites. But I think that it's not as bad as people say it is. People see the incredible amount of stuff to collect as a bad thing, but I don't think it is that bad compared to other modern games like an Assassin's Creed. And besides, if you take your time, you can have fun with the game. Okay, what else? Oh, Devil May Cry 5. I really got to need to finish the Devil May Cry 4 review. Next part will be part 3, and that will be the final one. And then we can focus on the rest of the franchise of the Devil May Cry series, and Devil May Cry 5. That one is going to be so much fun to do. And I will get to play more of the game, which is awesome. I hope I get 100 hours of that one too. What else? Sonic Frontiers. Oh yeah, another one that my brother hasn't finished yet, but well, maybe he wants to play other games meanwhile. Star Fox 64. Oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I will gladly do a review of that one as well. Excuse me, I got to drink a little. Okay. Street Fighter 6. I got a kid playing that game because I like it. It's pretty good. It, I mean, maybe it should have had more characters at release, but the gameplay is pretty good. I like the characters and the roster, and the realistic graphics look a little weird because the characters still have really big muscles, and it looks a bit exaggerated and at the same time realistic, which is weird. I don't know how to explain it. I think that Tekken 8 did a lot better with being stylized but at the same time realistic. But okay, what else do we have here? Outworld, Overwatch. I can't do one of that anymore. It is dead. Overwatch. It had such a good potential to be something good, but it died too early. And now Overwatch 2 is a disaster. Bayonetta. The first one. I think I was a little harsh on this one for the first time, but maybe I should have given, instead of a 7, an 8 out of 10. That would have been a lot better. And yeah. Okay, what else do we have here? Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I don't know if I ever want to play that game, but they have added a lot of stuff since the last time I've played it. But I just want them to do Namco to do a third Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I don't care much about the story, I just want to have fun with the characters and the adventures. I mean, the story is fun, sure, but I don't think they need to care much if it makes sense. So it is just an excuse to have very crazy battles in the Dragon Ball universe. And that's all I want. I mean, not that his story is not important, but not doing that 30 games just because you can think of a good story is not a good excuse to me. Okay, what else do we have here? Yeah, River City Girls. We need to do another playthrough of that one because it didn't go very well. The audio was really bad in the first 2 chapters, and that's why you can see them. But at least it worked for the review. But now that we finished the review, we can do a lot of playthrough and maybe someday play the sequel. What else do we have here? Resident Evil 3 Remake. Oh yeah, I would really love to play that one again and make a review on, or even Resident Evil 2 Remake. Those games are really good, but Resident Evil 3 is not as good, sadly. It's too short. What else do we have here? Devil May Cry 4, yeah, sure. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Oh yeah, that one, I really love it, but we have a pretty not very good capture device when we did that one, and that's why there's some screen tearing sometimes in these videos. Even though they're really popular, they have a lot of screen tearing, and that's because back then we didn't have that a really good gameplay capture device, but now we have a better one, and we have also the PlayStation 5 version, and that could be fun. I mean, any excuse to play a really good game to me is really good, because and also I will get to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, one of my childhood favorite series. I didn't get to watch much of the 80s versions, but the 2000 version, yeah, that was the one that I watched the most, because I was a teenager back then and I loved it. Balan Wonderworld, yeah, the first really bad game that we gonna do, but we couldn't do it because we had a lot of problems with the timing. A lot of stuff happened in December, and we had to travel to Italy and a lot of stuff, so we had to postpone it. But next December maybe we'll do that one. What else do we have here? Crash Team Rumble. Oh yeah, that one could be fun to talk about, now that has changed since the first video we made. Killer Instinct Gold, yeah, that one could also be fun. Shantae, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sonic Superstars. Oh, Metal Gear Rising, I would love to make a review of that one, because I know many people only know it because of the memes, but the story is actually really good. I mean, it's a little more silly than a typical Metal Gear Solid story, but it is also more self-aware of the sillier aspects of it. But and also the gameplay is so damn good. Even if the game it is not finished, it is really damn solid, for lack of a better word. But it's a really good hack and slash, and the characters are so good, even if most of the characters are good at the bosses and Raiden, but the other team members, they're okay, I guess, but they are not as good to chat like the other codex characters you usually have in most Metal Gear games. I will gladly talk with Otacon for a long time, but these guys, not so much. I mean, Paramedic and the other characters from Metal Gear Solid 3, those were very fun, but the ones in this one, no. I can barely even remember the names, like Doctor or yeah, that's about it. Bayonetta 2, oh, that one is going to be a blast to make. Maybe I could tell you a little bit about how the script is going. Let me show you a bit of it. What do we have so far? This is what I have so far of the Bayonetta review that I'm doing right now. I have to put this on hold because right now I am making the Tekken 8 first impressions, because you know that's the game everyone is talking about right now. But Bayonetta 2, yeah, I am going to do that one now. Later, right after the Tekken 8 first impressions. But let me tell you about the script that I have so far. Well, now that I'm used to Bayonetta franchise, now I'll go to see the sequel, which is often considered as an improvement to the first one. And I have to say that I agree. This is better in a lot of ways. There's a few things I would like to see again in this one, but overall, this is absolutely an improvement. But this time I would like to try something new. I will start thinking about each aspect of the game as they appear when you advance the game, like the gameplay and story. But since a lot of the main mechanics remains the same, I will not talk about the old characters. I will mostly focus on Bayonetta and a few of the new ones. Excuse me, I want to drink a little bit. Anyways, let's not waste more time and start from the beginning. As always in the Bayonetta games, you start by going into a very elaborate set piece that mostly focuses on a spectacle. You don't even have to worry about health, since in these sections you are invulnerable. Because of this, you can try to practice your moves a bit, and it is very helpful if you haven't played a Bayonetta game for some time, and you can just admire the pretty visuals without worrying too much about getting your ass kicked. These usually take place in a more advanced point in the story, so they use a small glimpse of what's yet to come. Yeah, so far I am not sure if I'm going to do Dexter as the sidekick or Rat. Either one of those could work, but first I just got to put the ideas in place. Then I'm going to focus on which character we are going to use. Okay, let's continue. Now we go to the present day and we see Bayonetta going to shopping with Enzo. Let's talk about our dear Bayo for a while. She still has the same personality of sassy British lady that she had in the first game, and she is as OP as ever. Very overpowered, just like Dante, but even more exaggerated. She also now gets along better with other people, including Enzo and John, who is now one of the good guys. She has not changed much, though she barely appears in the game, which I think was a missed opportunity, which she does have an important role to the story. And by that I mean she dies and then you have to rescue her from hell. Yeah, she is basically the damsel in distress in this game. You have to save her, and yeah, the main plot of the story. Well, not the main, but an important part of the story, nonetheless. And as for Enzo, he still is a hilarious Italian Joe Pesci Danny DeVito mix that made him such a great comic relief in the first game. But just like in the first game, he just appears mostly in the beginning, making you think that he will be your companion for the entire game. But then right after the title drop, he's gone for the rest of the game, just to be back for a few seconds near the end. Once again, one of my favorite characters gets wasted. Yet another missed opportunity. But hey, Roland is bad here. He's just being his ultra badass gooey self as always. In this game he will also serve as the shopkeeper, just like the last game, and while he doesn't do much besides giving Bayonetta and some new guns and in his intro, he does have much more active role in the story of this game than in the last one. So that's definitely a plus. However, it can be a Bayonetta game without the first angel attack at the start with Bayo kicking ass. And so being scared of his life, Rodin not caring about this at all, and this time John joins in the fun too. So the idea is they go to try to kill Bayonetta again, and this game you do it on the top of a plate. They really wanted to surpass in the first game, the first stage that was just a spectacle and you couldn't get hurt, that was really cool. But as soon as that one ended, you got into a really lame graveyard and not much stuff happened. It was not very impressive as a first stage. So this time they want to show you that even the first stage in this game is absolutely mind-blowing. And yeah, they try to get Bayonetta again, and this time you do it in a top of the jet. Is this super absurd and badass? Yes. Does it make sense? No. But who cares? Shut up, it's fun. But the first thing you will notice, of course, is the amount of spectacle the game has for the first stage. I guess a lot of people must have complained in the previous game that the first stage was too boring, so they decided to go crazy with it in the sequel. Maybe even more than in the prologue, showing that this game really wants to go harder than the original. Next, you will notice the improved graphics. Yeah, I guess the Bayonetta graphics is as good as it got in Bayonetta 2, because Bayonetta 3 was a step backwards. I will get to that game someday, but it will not be fun. That game really pissed me off. Yeah. It is not as bad as the Ninja Theory reboot of Devil May Cry, but it is still really I don't know what they were thinking. This game, it is also a lot more colorful, which I think fits a lot with the crazy and silly tone of the franchise. The original has a brownish tint all over the place, because it came out in the grey-brown desaturated color palette of the era of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 of the video games. Granted, at least Bayonetta 1 was trying to go for a classic exploitation film B-movie type of aesthetic. But to me, it never seemed to fit very well with the game, not anyways. In this stage, now you can experience the game normally and see what has changed. The game immediately throws you some enemies for you to have fun with kicking their asses. And for most of the game you will keep seeing the new enemies constantly. But don't worry if you miss the enemies from the previous game. Without spoiling too much about the plot game, there's some time travel stuff that allow you to do some really cool nostalgia-filled levels. But let's just say that she gets to see again enemies and bosses from the original. And also you get to meet some new people from Bayonetta's past, which allows some very interesting story moments. But how is the gameplay? Glad that you asked, because it feels great. It is very fun, complex, and now it is even faster than before. The one thing that you need to know about this game, it is actually a lot easier than the first. I played Bayonetta in normal difficulty and 2 on hard, and the normal of the first game was still harder than the hard mode of the second. This happens because even though the game enemies do feel stronger than the first game, Bayonetta herself is insanely more OP than before, all thanks to a lot of new powerful weapons and abilities. We will talk more about those later. Even before, you will notice that the game is also far more generous with health pickups and healing items. Yeah, but that's enough for now. Enough of a preview of the Bayonetta 2 review. Now, we will talk about a little about the Tekken 8 first impressions video. I will tell you what I have so far. Dexter. Ha! About time I go to appear again. I'm going to show everyone that I am far better than what a stupid frog. Yeah, that's the dialogue of Doggo right now. And since we're doing the fighting game, I'm going to beat everyone with my fast reflexes, superior strategies, and perfect combos. I will juggle you in the air so long I will never touch the ground. Also, I will make sure to study the frame data of each fighter so I am unstoppable. Damn, I am such a pro player. I will defeat everyone on the esport and climb down light ranks until I become the number one of the world. All fighting game fans will bow down to me and my greatness. So what do you think about that, loser? Yeah, how dare you to not respect my egomaniac toxic gamer speech? Could you at least make less noise when you eat? Besides, that junk food is not very healthy. Go eat some salad. Sorry, I've been celebrating because this game is so much fun that it's worth doing a party. Oh really? It is that good? Oh yeah, the hype is well deserved, which we don't get to see very often these days anymore. But it's just not just that. Remember when in the Street Fighter 6 first impression video I said that the Tekken 8 that I was a more of a Tekken guy than a Street Fighter guy? No, I was not in that video. Well, anyways, I was not exaggerating when I said that even though I was introduced to Street Fighter first, and I like more the story of those games more overall, I have to say that I'm more of a Tekken fan. The gameplay is so much fun, with its complexity and high number of variety of moves for each character. Also, I have put far more hours in Tekken games than any other fighting game, and that's because of what I think I am far more skilled in Tekken than any other franchises in this genre, because I love this game that much. I guess you could say that I was glad to get ready for the next battle. Oh, I get it. You are just another Tekken fanboy. Yeah, you could say that. But that has not stopped me from criticizing the games. Like, for example, even though this franchise has been doing pretty well when it comes to its gameplay, keeping it fresh and adding new things to improve on it, for the most part, but this game has pretty weak story. Not that I play fighting games for the story, that entire genre is infamous for having a lot of bad stories. Oh yeah, very rarely we see good story on those types of games. But it's not that they only hire bad writers for the most part. It is just that the genre's format usually doesn't blend well for that a good traditional story. Excuse me a bit, I am going to drink a little. Yeah. In fact, I think that the game with the best story was Tekken 4. Though, ironically, Tekken 4 often gets criticized for having one of the worst gameplays in the series. And it just went downhill from there. Tekken 5 was still good, but it's clearly worse. Then Tekken 6 dropped the ball, and Tekken 7 was even worse. So it seemed that there was no hope for the Tekken story. Until now. I see. So, what does this game did that the others didn't do? Well, they did a really cool story mode, and it is not that they never tried that before. Tekken 7 had one of those too. Though you could tell that it was the first time because it was filled with problems. Big Akuma problems. Yes, for some reason they decided to make a guest character from Street Fighter canon in the story of Tekken, which was very dumb. But we're gonna go into detail about that today. Anyways, if there is at least one thing that everyone liked about the final battle, it was the final battle between Heihachi and Kazuya, because of how amazingly epic and intense it was. So I think that for Tekken 8, they decided that they should put other aspects of that battle into most of the fights in the story for the new story mode. And yeah, they definitely did. That's what I have so far. And yeah, people are comparing this game a lot with Mortal Kombat 1, and for good reason, because that game is not doing so well. I think that people are finally realizing that the story of the Mortal Kombat games, the newer ones at least, is not very good. It just has keep getting worse and worse with each game. And another one, they just don't know how to write good stories. They rely too much in shock value and to like killing characters to make people think that the story is advancing and there's meaningful stuff happening, but the story contradicts itself in many ways. Some characters get defeated really easily when they show it that they were strong before. Each character that you are playing currently suddenly becomes super overpowered and beats everyone. If you're using a character in Mortal Kombat 9, for example, he will beat everyone he fights, no matter who he is. And it starts to become a little ridiculous sometimes. Like Cassie Cage, remember when she beat Shinnok and in his ultimate super overpowered form? That was so stupid. And even then, they have gone even more stupid than like the fusion with with Raiden and Liu Kang. That was so. Why they didn't do that before? If it was an option and it was so effective to defeat everyone, why a god fusing with a human with a few powers all of the sudden turns you into an even greater god? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And then this guy creates a whole new universe and everything that happened before gets deleted. Again. Yeah. No. Nah, meanwhile, Tekken is not a great story, but at least it is fun, and it is very well told, even though it's very simple. But hey, I will take a very simple story that's told well and in a fun way than a shitty, very complex story that doesn't make sense. But aside from the story, the gameplay of Tekken is so much better. It's like the natural evolution of Tekken 7. There was a few things I didn't like about Tekken 7, but they have improved on them in Tekken 8. So, and from what I have seen in Mortal Kombat 1, it seems that it is a step down from Mortal Kombat 11. Because that cameo thing seems more like a gimmick than anything else. And also, yeah, the gameplay is good, but it is filled with microtransactions, the crypt, and now they have this invasion mode instead, and it's really bad too. It's clearly a rushed game compared to Mortal Kombat 11, so it's hard to see it as an improvement. If anything, it seems to be a downgrade. And Tekken 8, yeah, I think there's also missing the ghost battle that is really fun, but I bet that we'll add it later. I just did a arcade battle video recently, and I had a lot of fun. I played a few matches with some fighters, and I fighted Azazel. Oh god damn it, Azazel is so frustrating as a boss. I mean, I know it's nostalgic to bring him back, but he is... why he has to be invulnerable to a lot of your attacks. Yeah. But yeah, it's still very fun, and I have yet to try out the arcade quest mode, which is, I think, the mode where you get to see the endings. Yeah, that should be fun as well. Oh yeah, and I have to try yet the online of Tekken 8. I bet that could be very interesting too. But I always get my ass kicked in the online mode of this kind of games, so I'm not sure if I want to try it either. Excuse me, I want to drink a little. And some updates with the channel. Well, like I said before, the Bayonetta 2 is still in progress. The Devil May Cry 4 Part 3 will be coming soon. And yeah, I am definitely going to do some other games. What could be next? Maybe I will do Metal Gear Racing. Yeah, maybe that could be fun to do. But I will have to beat it again on hard difficulty to make sure to have more footage for the review. The game is good, but it's so short. Like, you can beat it in a couple of hours. And what else? Mega Man X. Oh yeah, that one is a classic. Yeah, I would love to do a review of that one. Wario Land 4, yeah, that could be fun as well. Just Jack Rabbit 2. Oh yeah, that we still need to do a review of that one. We already did Just Jack Rabbit 1, but Just Jack Rabbit 2 is so good as well. Ah yeah, Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think before doing Resident Evil 4 Remake, I will do the hard mode first to see if I can beat it. Because beating the game just once doesn't feel right to do a review. I want to beat the games usually more than just one before doing a review. I want to make sure to explore as much as possible before doing it. Yeah, and Mega Man 8. Yeah, we have a new type of video for that one, the In Defense of Mega Man 8. We also have one of those for Donkey Kong 64. In Defense of Donkey Kong 64 because, yeah, people act like it ruined the 3D platforming collectathon games, and I don't think that's the case. There were plenty of those type of games after that one, and I don't think that it ruined it. Mega Man 8. Yeah. Oddworld Soulstorm Enhanced Edition. Oh yeah, we have a lot of footage of that one. Perfectly good to make a video of that one, but I think we should do some of the older games first, like Oddworld New and Tasty. The lore of that franchise is so insane that it's so dark with those silly cartoon alien characters, but it can give you nightmare fuel for the people who grew up with those games. And Jesus Christ, it's so dark. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. We need to do a review of that one too. The Little Big Planet series was sadly abandoned by Media Molecule, and now it's just not the same anymore. The point of the game was that you could create anything, and now it is just a platforming game where you are kinda limited. Sackboy: A Big Adventure could be so much better if it had the Create Levels feature. I mean, it's a good game, but that will make it perfect, and it doesn't have that. Oh, Nier Automata. We really need to do one of that game as well. And a Stellar Blade. I'm going to get that one soon. Definitely one that's on my Most buy list. Guilty Gear. I haven't played much Guilty Gear Strive, but I have heard the story is worse, and the gameplay is a lot more simplified, like a lot more noob friendly, where the gameplay of Guilty Gear XRD and Revelator was so much varied with so much personality, and now is so much simplified in Stripe. Well, okay, let me see how far are we right now. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to talk about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. What were they thinking with that game? It's so disrespectful to the Justice League, Batman Arkham, and so much stuff. And it's not even a good game. It's so filled with mediocre gameplay, shoot, bang, like so much shit. And it's a live service, you always online single player game, and so many microtransactions, ways to grab your money and destroy it, awful writing, the characters never shut up with awful jokes. And the way they treated the Justice League. Jon Stewart, he's just such a good character. I love him, but they hate him with just because he's a space cop. They don't care that he's a veteran of a war veteran, but oh, I know you are a space cop, so you are evil, and they are mind controlled, but they act like they are acting as evil on their own way, but they are not. And why only Wonder Woman gets a respectful death scenes? For some reason, Harley Quinn really respects Wonder Woman, even though she's a villain, and logically she should hate her too, just as the rest of the Justice League. That doesn't make sense. Okay, well, here I have a E5 highlights video, and I am going to read a few of the comments. You didn't have to write that. Pretty much sums up the game and most of modern media in 2 seconds. So true. I'm tired of this fucking subversion and kill the past if you kill it if you have to. I know we're all about how they treated Batman, but I feel weird about how they treated Green Lantern. Just think about it. They red swapped the Deadshot, an already established white character in their own universe. Made him a specific grudge against the only black hero, who is a cop according to them, and even though he had a story. Then they gave him GL the most pathetic fuck you bio for some god-awful reason. It feels pretty and purposeful. Ay, damn, so true. Like, yeah, that one really. Superman is one thing and Batman, but you would think they will be more kind, these woke weirdos, towards the black character, but no, fuck him too. He's a cop. Whatever minority points that he had because he's black don't matter because he is a cop. Your new mission is to kill the Justice League. How? That got me. Oh yeah, the only good joke is the one that when they make fun of how stupid their own story is. The Flash dead body was literal piece off in this game, and it's not even the most disrespectful death scene. Dear God. This game. God damn it, this game. King Shark's rants about Justice League integrity is the only thing that brings me joy in my life. I always find it funny that to imagine that the Suicide Squad is really just a group of deeply disturbed people who want to commit a group suicide in front of a villain and hero to give them PTSD. Well, Paranoia Agent was also about one part of Paranoia Agent was about a group of people who wanted to commit suicide, so maybe that's a little similar in some way to your idea. Why does Harley, and everyone else really, soak like a random cigarette chain smoker they hired off the street? We are sad about Wonder Woman's death. For the same reason Boomerang is the butt of the joke and absolutely no jokes at Harley's expense. They're women. Can't treat women badly, but you can't literal piece of men. Oh yeah, so much for equality, I guess. Well, I think that's a good time to finish this first podcast. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you later, guys.